At Oshkosh there are 4 huge hangars, A, B, C and D, and they're all rammed with aviation companies selling their wares. We've been for a wander around to have a look and see what we can find, and we're going to talk to Josh from Foreflight about their new dual-band ADS-B receiver, Sentry Plus. So Josh, tell us all about Sentry Plus.
Yeah, absolutely. So it just came out last month. It is the biggest member of our Sentry family. It's got 2 batteries on the inside, so now you get 18 hours of battery life instead of 12, like the standard Sentry. It's also our first device that introduces FLARM for the European market on it as well. You do need a FLARM add-on license, just like you would with a couple other devices out there on the market. But you do not have to change the setting between FLARM and ADS-B. It does that all automatically so that it can do it at the same time. You're also going to have a screen, so this first device that we have a screen on, so you can see things like your current G load, you can see the status of carbon monoxide because it does have a carbon monoxide sensor in it as well, see current GPS speed, and then also GPS accuracy will show on the screen once it actually gets a signal on that as well. It also has a really nice new feature, which is auto on and off. So if you're leaving the cockpit and you leave the device and it notices you're not moving after a specific amount of time, it will turn off to save battery life on that as well.
Right. And it just attaches like the old Sentries does?
Yeah, so it just attaches same RAM mount that goes on the window. These all come with them. You just twist it on, put it right on the window, and then you're good to go.
Okay. Now I understand there's a track recording function that enables you to debrief your flight after recording.
Correct. So 2 different ways of doing that. So with Foreflight already, it has track log capabilities, and if you have a device that's connected to it, it will automatically upload that information. Sentry also has an onboard tracking system, so if Foreflight wasn't enabled, it will hold onto those track logs and you're able to import them as well. And then when you come on to Foreflight, you're able to see the flight that you planned.
Stand by before you do that.
Sure.
Have we got recording on the...
Nope. Let me get that. All right, I'll back up on that one.
Okay, yep.
Yep. So when you're ready to come in and do a briefing, if you come into the track log view, because this one was done with a Sentry, you're able to see multiple things. So you can see the attitude, you can see the speed. I'm going to restart that because it's altitude. Okay, so after you've done a flight, you can come into the track logs and see one of your recordings in here. With this one, you're able to see the altitude, the speed, pitch, bank, and the G load because it was recorded with a Sentry Plus. So at the bottom, you're able to see an actual graph of where you were along the way, and as you move across, you'll be able to see on the screen that section of the flight that it's recalling. This also would affect the 3D mode as well, because we've got AHRS capability that you will actually see the aircraft pitch up, you'll see it bank, everything, so that way you're able to check it out at the end of the flight. Great, especially if you're trying to do a review, you're doing pattern work, and otherwise, you're able to see everything that happened and recall that last flight.
Talking of the AHRS capability, the built-in AHRS in Sentry is one of the big points of Sentry, and that gives you a backup AHRS, is that right?
Yeah, so it gives you a backup AHRS to use with Foreflight. By no means is it a replacement for the one that you would have on board on your aircraft, but it does give you that capability. So you can also do in-flight synthetic vision as well. So for instance, if we were to go into the map mode and tap up here, you would have synthetic vision that would be enabled. So that will give you things like the ability to see the airports, the ability to see traffic, as well as terrain along the way.
Brilliant, fantastic. And so that works with Foreflight. That's a dual-band ADS-B in
Correct.
receiver. You get carbon monoxide detector, AHRS, track loading, and G meter.
And yep, and the longer battery life.
The 18-hour battery life, and I believe, although unfortunately I don't have an aeroplane with Wi-Fi, if you happen to be flying with an aeroplane with Wi-Fi, it's got a Wi-Fi client built in, so you get over the problem of only having one device at a time.
Correct. So you can connect to a different Wi-Fi source and then still use this source to connect to Wi-Fi as well.
Excellent. How much is it?
So in Of course, I don't know it in pounds. In the US, it's $799.
Okay, fantastic. And people can find out more. Is there a specific website, or is it just on foreflight.com?
Yeah, so you can either go to foreflight.com/connect to get information, or flywithsentry.com.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thanks.